Welcome back to Architectural Adventures brought to you by Historic Springfield Society. I'm your host Kylie. Thanks for joining me as we tour Springfield's architectural curiosities. Today we're coming to you from the northwest quadrant in Springfield. This particular quadrant in the neighborhood has a very high concentration of Craftsman bungalows, especially the example behind me, which is a lovely example of the Craftsman style. So the Craftsman style began around 1905 and is mainly attributed to one man by the name of Gustav Stickley, an Englishman. Stickley published a publication called The Craftsman around 1905, which was widely circulated in America and is partially responsible for the popularity of the Craftsman style. Alongside Stickley, you may be familiar with an Englishman by the name of William Morris. William Morris was a gentleman who was involved in a little bit of everything, but he was mainly known for his textiles and wallpaper and furniture. Both of these men were good acquaintances and had very similar philosophies at the time. They both believed that the Industrial Revolution led to a negative impact in the quality of homes and furnishings and sought to counteract that by a return to medieval methods and very solid, sturdy craftsmanship, hence the name Craftsman. There was a very large emphasis on hand-built and quality materials and items in the Craftsman movement. You'll often hear craftsman and arts and crafts used interchangeably. They mean the same thing. So a very important tenet of the Craftsman style is you'll notice that compared to the Queen Anne style, which we looked at previously, there is not a lot of heavy ornamentation. The Craftsman style was a reaction against that. So we have exposed rafter tails at the end of the eaves, and that's a very important Craftsman character defining feature because you can see the actual structure of the house. Craftsman is all about honest construction. And then we have a very shallow roofline. That is an influence of the Prairie style, which was happening at the same time. And then we have elements such as exposed beams and brackets, and you'll notice the entire structure has a tapered effect. A lot of Craftsman structures are tapered, and this is an allusion to it literally rising up from the ground. Again, it alludes back to that natural aspect of the architecture. There's also a mixture of materials such as brick and stone and stucco, real rugged materials, and then a very important feature that I want to point out, again, more tapered. The posts on the porch are also tapered. So anytime you see a structure that has tapered porch posts, very arts and crafts. And then something else, a lot of times you'll see windows grouped together. And when you have a row of windows grouped together, it's known as a ribbon window. So we have a very excellent example of the Craftsman style. And fun fact, the tool name Craftsman from Sears is actually based on the Craftsman style. The Sears and Roebuck Company named their line of tools after this style because at the time it was so popular. And little did they know, this style of home would remain popular well into today. There are still folks clamoring for this wonderful, timeless style of home. And we can also thank Craftsman style homes for ushering in a new era of modernity in America, because these were the homes that had what we now know of as an open concept and modern kitchens and bathrooms. Oftentimes, Craftsmen are known for their built-ins. So this is the first time that we begin to see kitchens as we know them today with built-in cabinetry, and then we have rooms that are wide open spaces, usually divided by things such as built-ins with bookcases and cabinets. So we can thank the Craftsman style for bringing us into modern living as we know it. Thanks for joining me on Architectural Adventures. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.